Good morning, everyone. This is Mayor John Lewis from the city of La Mirada, and I'm here to help you through your tour on the Neff House, the George House, and the Neff Barn. And we hope you enjoy your tour here. And if you have any questions about the city of La Mirada, don't hesitate to contact us at thecityoflamirada.org. And we also have a historical preservation society. Come on in and welcome to the historic Neff House.
Nestled in a quiet residential neighborhood in La Mirada, California, is Neff Park, named after its last residents, Bill and Mina Neff. This estate was a major part of the lives of several historical figures. Prior to 1901, the estate belonged to the famous publisher Andrew McNally, co-founder of Rand McNally. A man named Edwin Neff married McNally's daughter Nanny in 1893, and Andrew handed over the estate to them in 1901. Edwin and Nanny's olive production would make the ranch famous. Among their children is the acclaimed architect Edwin Wallace Neff and Bill, the final resident of this home. Aside from the park itself, Neff Park is a sort of historical museum consisting of 3 buildings. First, there is the Neff House, which preserves the living conditions of the Neff family in the late 1800s, early 1900s. The Neff Barn covers the general history of the region, with Native American artifacts from the Spanish and Mexican period, to the modern era of the United States. Finally, the George House was where Edwin Neff's ranch assistant, Jack George, lived, and this house currently serves as a museum of the city of La Mirada. These Curious Times was joined by La Mirada Mayor John Lewis and Sabrina Sermeno of the La Mirada Parks and Recreation Department for a special tour of the Neff properties. The Neff House is a 2-story house, and in its heyday was the central hub of a 2,218-acre ranch. These giant, oversized doors are the original doors to the house.
Welcome. Come on in to the historic Neff House, and let's start our tour right now.
So this is the great room, and this is where the family spent most of their time in this room. I always like to point out to the kids, this is the family room, but there's no TV, there's no electronics available, so I always like to ask them, like, what did they do? You know, and have the kids think of games that they could do without electronics, and it's really difficult for them to think of anything.
So foreign for them nowadays to think of no internet, no nothing.
No nothing.
Yes.
These old skates, you just strap them onto your shoes and go down the road.
Oh yeah. And
you can adjust them.
Those wheels are like my first skateboard.
Yeah.
It's a Black Knight.
Yeah.
Next, let's take a little jaunt over to the Neff Barn, which is currently being used as a regional museum.
So several years ago,
They found all this?
yeah, he found all of this stuff. Everything else is usually split in half or in pieces. So it's a rare
So what was the ceremonial purpose or something?
No, it's for cooking.
Oh.
So it's like a grinding
a grinder,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, the way it's shaped.
Not the guy that has the finger
No.
rules?
No. And the shells, you know, the shells and everything like that. So. But it's more like these are.
I guess you see the fingernail right there.
Finally, we stop by the George House. This house serves as a museum for the city of La Mirada itself, encapsulating its incorporation and memorializing major events through the years.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's the same dove. Dedicated to service is our motto. So you can still see that on all of our stuff.
So this is the George House. It is actually the oldest building and home in the city of La Mirada. It was built with no electricity, no plumbing, and the house is actually original. It has not been altered in any way except the kitchen. That was updated in the early 50s for the caretaker, which was Jack George. We designed this house so we can really celebrate the development of the history of the community, where the Neff House is more to celebrate the family, the Neff family and the Andrew McNally himself.
To be honest, a little video like this cannot do justice compared to a live tour of Neff Park. But that's okay, because public and private tours are available by appointment through the City of La Mirada and the Historical Preservation Advisory Council.